My name is Jerry Gasancic with Sons of Norway. In this training video, I'll be talking about how you can utilize our e-application. As a reminder, you can do the e-app with all products here with Sons of Norway. We highly recommend it for several reasons. It's very intuitive, very easy to work with. You cannot send it in unless everything is in good order, and it's faster. There's no paperwork to email or fax in. Go to sonsofnorway.com, click on Agent Resources, log in. Then on the right hand side, quick links, illustration/e-app. Ask you to relog again. It's the same information that you logged into Agent Resources with. Now we're on our quoting tool. And if you've already viewed, you first need to quote our products before you can go right into the e-application. So let's get started here. So you can put in the client's date of birth or age. Let's say we're working with a 50-year-old male, Minnesota, then you select the product type. Today we're going to be working with our guaranteed solution, our guaranteed issue whole life. I'm going to put in the client's first name, last name. I'm going to use Minnesota as the state. So the age, male, state, first name, last name, and it's very important that you put their first and last name on this section because this is going to be transferred over to the e-application. So what would happen if you don't put in their information here on this screen? When you get into the e-application, the first and last name is going to be blank and there's no way you can edit it, and you're going to have to go back and start all over. So it's imperative you put in their first and last name. Select the product. Let's start illustration. Let's say they want to pay monthly and we're looking for $20,000 in face amount. I'm going to click on refresh. Monthly payment would be $73.19. As a reminder, if you ever want to save this and come back to it, upper right hand corner, click on Save Illustration. So now we have the client's information, what product, first name, last name, age, face amount, how they want to pay. We can get started with the application. Up here, upper right hand corner, it's the little yellow box with a pencil, create application. Let's click on that. And again, you have to first start with the quote before you go into the e-application. Very easy to work with. First thing we're going to see, it's going to ask to verify their date of birth. So let's put that in. And once you're in the e-application, you cannot change their date of birth or enter their name. So again, we're just verifying their age. Let's click on continue. Next step is we have to save this. So here's the client's last name, first name, product, face amount, and premium. We need to save this. Now it's going to ask us if any of the following below applies. If you're doing any replacement, surrendering, naming a contingent owner, beneficiaries of business, or term conversion. Generally, you're going to leave all those blank. Let's click on continue. Next page, it's going to give us three options. To go into the e-app if you want to print off the paper application, or decline. But we want to go right into the e-application. We are now in the e-app. Up here on top, if you ever want to return to the illustration, make any changes, previous page, continue, save, print, or add any notes. If you also want to skip to different sections, click on the drop down box here. Anything with a red asterisk is a required field. Let's get started. So we have proposed insured. First question, current Sons of Norway member. Yes or no? Majority time it's going to be no. Here you can see first name, last name, pre-populated, carried over from the illustration. Middle initial, home address, city, state, zip, phone. Some of this has already been pre-populated for me from previous e-applications. Email address. One note here, email address, there's no asterisk there. It's not a required field. It is preferred that we have their email address, but it's not going to stop the application from going through and being processed. I'll be talking more about the submission process at the end of this video. Lastly, Social Security number. Once complete, click on Continue. The next page is the applicant / owner and payer. If the insured is the owner and payer, notice everything is grayed out. There's no other information to fill out. Now, if the owner is other than the insured, we check that box, then we have to go through and fill out that information. And if the payer is other than the owner. In this case here, I'm just going to leave the insured is the owner and the payer. Let's click on Continue. Next section is insurance applied for. And the e-application are mirror images of the paper application. So insurance applied for, amount, premium. If they want to pay monthly, it's drafting from a checking or savings account. Does the person proposed for insurance have other coverage in place? Yes. We put that information down here below. Or no. Is the certificate applied for to replace or change any existing insurance or annuities with this or any other company? If yes, put that information. But I'm going to put no in this case. Let's click on Continue. Again, you can save or print at any time. Beneficiaries. So we have primary and contingent. Click the plus button if you want to add additional beneficiaries. You want to remove that, click the X. Put in first name, last name, middle initial, or none, date of birth, Social Security number. It's always preferred that you have the Social Security number, but again, notice there's no red asterisk, so it's not a required field. Relationship to the insured. I'm going to click on Continue. The next section is New Membership Information. Insured is Norwegian by birth, descent, marriage. Majority of the time it's going to be interest / affiliation. Then for lodge type, they get the option of central or local. So central lodge meaning that they're still a member with Sons of Norway, but they're not tied to a local brick and mortar physical lodge. They have the option of either. Majority of the time it's going to be central. Once done, click on Continue. Lodge information. If you remember, we selected Central Lodge. No dues are required, that's included. If they did select Local Lodge on this page, you would see a section that would ask for district and lodge number. Continue. We are now in the dues section. In this case, the owner and insured are the same person, so no additional dues need to be collected. As a reminder, when the owner and the insured are two separate individuals, there would be additional dues required for the first year for the insured. How that works is if they live in the same household, for the family membership, that would be $18. When the owner and the insured live at separate addresses, that would be $24. So you put in the dues, paid by check or include with initial bank draft. And if the payer is separate than the owner and insured, they don't need to be a member. Only when the owner and insured, again, are going to be separate individuals, there would be additional dues. Click on Continue.
And the last section we need to complete before we get to the signature part is Eft Withdrawal. So establish a new EFT account. This is going to be an ongoing payment, deducted monthly on the 1st through the 28th. This client wants funds taken out on the 10th. Next, if in good order, process application immediately. So once it's sent in, draft within 24 to 48 hours, or you want to hold until requested draw date above. Put in bank account, owner's information, address, city, state, zip, full name of bank, routing number, account number, and as a reminder, when paying monthly, it's drafting from a checking or savings account only. Anytime you're in the eApp, you want to make notes, click on Notes in the upper right-hand corner. Once this page is complete, click on Continue. This is the last page before you get to the e-signature page. This page is going to let you know any information that you've missed with those red asterisks. Proposed insured, middle initial missing. You can click on that link. That's going to bring you back to that first screen. Put in middle initial or none. Now we want to go back to the signature page. You can either hit continue to go through those screens again. The easiest way is to go up here on top in the drop down, go to sign application.
We are now on the signature page. So a couple things I want to go over before we continue, how the process works here. And this is the same process when utilizing the eApp with all products here with Sons in Norway. You are going to be entering all the information for the signature for the client, owner of other than the insured, the payer, and of course yourself. The process is there's no click wrap, which is called an email exchange, which a lot of companies utilize. That is why I mentioned earlier on their email is preferred but not required. They do not receive any email. There is no recorded voice signature on this. It's very easy to work with. Again, you're putting in all the client's information and submitting it. So let's go through. We first want to start with reviewing the documents. Automatic withdrawal. Now you can see all these boxes are checked. Check. I acknowledge that I've reviewed each document listed above requiring the electronic signature. So signed at city, state, signature of the proposed insured, their full name, email address, if none, enter none, their address, telephone. Now you get a verification code. So you enter that. Agent statement. Do you have reason to believe that replacement of any existing insurance other than stated above may be involved? Yes or no? If yes, give details. Agent's name, rep number, license number, telephone, and verification number. Signature of bank account owner. In this case, if you remember, the insured is the payer. Signature of witness. If you notice, this is not a required field. But if you do have a witness, you can put in their name and verification number. So you simply sign, upload application. Again, you can always print this off and you're done. Very easy to work with, very intuitive. And the last thing I'll be reviewing in this training video is what happens if you don't have all the information, you saved it and you want to go back and view it at another time, or you've completed it and you want to print it off. So here we're in illustration software, upper right hand corner, you want to go to the yellow folder, load illustration. Click on OK. You can search based off last name, first name, description, plan name, effective date, your name. Put that in. Once you found it, over here on the right hand side, the little box, check that and click on load. Over here, upper right hand corner, resume application. If you have any questions working with the eApp or any other sales questions, reach out to us at 833-707-0012. Thanks for choosing Sons of Norway.